Peace, love, and light, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. This is from Ryan Mock, I think that's how you say his name. Minnesota tornadoes, June 12th. Okay, and I just want to show you for educational purposes of how the formations aren't just, because it looks that way. Like, this is clearly heavy, dark energy, because it's dark. It's a profile of a being, like multiple beings here, profile here, coming into like a skull profile in here, and then it's interesting how this is forming. So I'm just gonna hit play. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me make it go back to normal for a second. So just watch it. You can start seeing, looking over they're looking over. Let me go back. Just the way this is taking form. This looks like landing gear. Just, is it? I don't know. But it looks like landing gear. Or, that's definitely on the side of something. See how it's taking on edges here for a cloud? It's forming. You can start seeing the features in it. It's forming. Then these start to look like horns, if you will. Profile in here. These are big, big giants. This is a shoulder right in here. That's the side of a head. These dudes are huge. It's a profile as well. This is serious energy in our world. I mean, it has like a cylinder piece on it, for heaven's sakes. You know? This is big. I don't even know what. Deities, ships, giants taking form, and that's not out there either. You know, I'm a supernatural paranormal. There's an eye, and it's not out. It's not that far out there. And it really isn't. When you start I don't know. I mean, I'm no expert at the paranormal, but just it makes sense to me, just from experiences I've had and watching how this is unfolding. And there's no coincidences. These storms are huge giants, and that goes back to the native tribes would speak about these stories that are now pretty much null and void of, how giants would come out of a storm and take some of the villagers. They didn't make that up because that happened. So this isn't that far out there. These storms are not going away. They keep reappearing. They keep regenerating. They're linking into this realm with us, and they're using the matter in our world to do this. I mean, we are in prophecy. We are in prophecy. We really are. And there are things here that you got to really do research on. And still, like, we're the only ones that have been left in the dark on what's going on here. Seriously, we're our best kept secret. And all this has taken place, and society has been programmed to, that's too unreal. And how could that be? And when you start seeing things that are not your normal, you start to do research and you start to connect to other people that can guide you. And I don't know, trust your instincts. Everything is just this whole world. I've always seen stuff like that. This stuff isn't new. This stuff has really been here. It's just at a different level now. Looking back at older, just, I don't know, TV shows or whatever, pictures, this stuff has been here the whole time. Movies that were filmed in Ireland, I mean, you can look up the location and you're seeing huge, what look like rock ships sitting above a scene, it's been here the whole time. It's just for whatever reason now, due to Revelation, the age of Aquarius, it's being revealed now because it's time. And it's not that far out of the box. These storms are giants, esoteric beings taking formation. I mean, it's significant. And this is, I mean, just this flap over here. There's definitely some kind of energetic flap in Minnesota, Iowa, because that's Minnesota, Iowa, the Great Lakes, Ohio, like all up in that area. Even though this down in Texas too, they're hitting the areas that were affected by the eclipse. They did really release a creature. Many of them. Like Pandora's box is open, and these storms are like the proof. And this guy, so you can, I mean, I posted this, look at this, come on. That's darkness. That's not just a storm. I posted his documentary. It's a great, he did a great job putting this together. And I think they're understanding, I don't know about everybody, but I think some of these storm chasers are understanding they have to be looking over their footage, and maybe they don't have to be, but when you start looking over your own footage and you're seeing like straight lines, and formations of like what look like chariots and unexplainable like shapes and that shouldn't really be there, then you're dealing with something different. See, that's a huge entity right there. It's huge. That's its head right there. That's its body right here. And then it goes into another one as well. It's pieces coming together. I mean, it's all there. Like Mud Fossil University, he's such a big piece to this. He puts it together showing the land. He puts the pieces together of how we're on a carcass and shows you biologically. He's an excellent teacher, an amazing soul, and definitely a warrior for God. And to be able to explain that way, well, we're looking at it this way as well, because it fits this too. Because it isn't just here and then it ends. Everything is biological here, and it's shifting and changing because we have things that are messing with, CERN and things that we don't even know about. And it's, God's like letting us know, God is real. You call it whatever you want, it's God. Presence is here. Things have to clear out. And these ladies and gentlemen are boots on the ground, paranormal investigators, what they call themselves, storm chasers. They're still a paranormal investigator, and they're capturing amazing supernatural energy that forms in a storm, and it's provable. I was reading a post. That was interesting, and at one time I would have just gone along with the post. And this isn't just like, I get people have a right to see how they see it and whatever. That's cool. But during a paranormal investigation, they talk about, like, usually when you go to a place that doesn't have electricity, or if it does, you cut the power for the most. Well, I guess they feel for the most authentic experience, and I understand. So nothing will interfere, basically, and I get that to a point. But this whole place is set up for a huge paranormal investigation, because when you're investigating, you're looking for certain kind of entity to show up on an EMF detector, right? So that means the energy uses the EMF. It's using everything here in the world now to come through. Most people just think it's storms. Many understand it's not. So the post was interesting about how that interferes. And I thought, to a point I get that, but the energy uses that energy to form, to manifest at the same time. It will call in. Okay, so example, you have a lot of you have an electrical box in your house. All right, some houses, and this goes to this lady's house I investigated. I've never seen so many damn electric boxes in a house in my life. And she had like 3 or 4 panels. It was like, whoa, that will attract. That will attract entities. It can create a portal. It can create a ripple, something for something to come through. These towers are the same thing. Your power lines are the same thing. It's all to draw and attract paranormal and supernatural energy. So to say, to not have that can interfere, I found that interesting. That, I don't know, I just found that interesting. I guess you have to be in my brain to understand that, but because I'm watching it in like a bigger formation taking place along with many other people that are seeing it as well. And it's taking form. I mean, we have plasma taking form here. That's really big. That's really a big deal. It really is. I just, many of you, anyone that's paying attention to the sky, you are partaking in a serious, supernatural, paranormal, holy, 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 holy supernatural event. And you're documenting it. That's a big deal. I think that's a really big deal. Whether you realize it or not, that's a big deal. You have people capturing dragons on here because you know why dragons are here. They're esoteric. They're in the ethers. You have others that are showing you through mirrored images, and it doesn't mean just because it's mirrored, it looks that way. That's what it is. The mirror part is exposing what is there for you and me to see clearer because of the world we're in and the density we're in to see. Because you'd crap your pants if you really saw everything that was here. I'm going to tell you right now, you would. This is not that far out there. So these storms are actually coming from Earth, too. Because World of Signs posted, it was actually great footage captured. I don't know who captured it, but World of Signs did an entourage of amazing footage, and Barcelona's like underwater. But just a tornado, like from the ground. It will just I see it as that's something that's formed that's moving around on Earth right now. And some people just think it's a dust storm, but there's nothing above it that created that tornado. It came from the Earth. It was really cool to watch. Check it out if you want. So I just wanted to show this footage of how these straight angles, this actually looks like he has something on his shoulder. The sarcophagus in the sky. There's a lot of stuff above, and it's lowering. And you can see the straight edge right there. I mean, not straight, but that's straight. That's not a cloud. That's not a cloud. That looks like a huge cylinder of some kind. And there's right in here, there's a ton in that. There's a ton of stuff we can't see through that right there. It's just so paled out. But these are not just clouds and stuff. This is supernatural. Look at, you understanding? This is big. You gotta look at it upside down, inside out. And they're watching these guys. These guys are totally like hats off, boots on the ground. God be with you with these storms. And they got caught in one of the storms. So to check out the documentary, it's great. You can see, like, this isn't even edited. And I can see right there, there's a being looking. It's got an open crown right there, up top. I have my finger on so it doesn't move. I mean, I see it. Just the structure of it alone is very telling. And they're seeing it this way, which I see a huge face coming through like that, coming that way with plasma. I mean, it's red and purple, probably for a reason. There's a lot in that too. I mean, there's a lot in this. And I could see the being just forming in the storm. And it's mostly why people run and hide from a storm. Anyway, I hope you get what I'm saying. If you don't, that's okay too. You know, I am a supernatural paranormal channel, and I do show the supernatural. What most people are just looking at is one thing, that it is supernatural, and it is connected to the paranormal, and it is connected to the holy battle, the galactic battle. It's battlefield Earth right now. It's a battle of souls. I mean, come on, look at this right here. It's got a straight edge. It's just like hovering over Earth. These are huge. I mean, that's creepy. That's really kind of scary, creepy. It's a big paranormal, and that was the trail. Like, makes you want to really think the road thing. If you're all thinking like, maybe I should go do the road thing on my camper, which I thought of doing. Like, that's like, nah, no, I don't want to get caught in that. But so I just wanted to show some footage of, you know, how this is supernatural and paranormal, and it's affecting our world and in everything. Like, if you're struggling to understand, go watch like Nat Geo did that Planet Earth. I thought that was like, I really saw how everything's alive here through that docu-series. Like, everything's alive. We're just seeing it in slow motion. And now we're not. It's speeding up a little bit more, and we're seeing different. We're in a different spectrum of vibration, plasma, light, energy, and we're being integrated. Our bodies are, and we're purging and moving through this stuff too, to be able to understand and move through this energy. Hey, Jody. So I thought this was like a really good. I mean, you can even see like beings in here because they're in there. They know how to hide in this stuff. And it's time. So this was Minnesota. This popped up, and then I just started. I mean, this is like, I took a couple of screenshots of it. Like, I think that's like a huge ship right there. I really do. Absolutely. That's a definite being. That could be a ship too, without a doubt. Just lowering, and they will create storms. We're talking about massive. It's amazing that it hasn't wiped us out. I mean, it's clearly causing some havoc on Earth, but it hasn't completely wiped us out. Because it's integrating somehow, like, however that is. But these are huge beings. I mean, even this is double-headed. Something back here has a half a sphere, comes up that way. So big. Anyway, that's and then you can see it like right in here, a piece of it. You can see features in that. It's just, and then with Russia here, that's just like a whole other, for me personally, a whole other level of whoa. Whoa. You know, it's not just 3D. It's not just 3D. And that's like, that's concerning. And watching a news clip on how they were firing rounds off the coast of Florida. Like, what? Like, how was that okay? And then posting that video of Joe Biden. Like, I'm so not into politics because I'm not. Like, oh man. Wow. Just wow, wow, wow. Like, America's gone to sleep. the Americans are asleep, and we're in trouble, and God be with us, because I know God is here too. I know Christ is here too. Signs of Christ are all over the place. There's signs of Messiah everywhere. There's signs of the Messiah everywhere. For those who remember the signs of the Messiah's return, they're everywhere. I will show you signs. He promised us that. And they're happening. They really are. But that's just Russia, again, because there's no coincidence that there's a pyramid there. None whatsoever. And what they just announced that, which, they knew that way before they announced it, but what they announced that about, I don't know, 8 months ago or something like that. And there's all kinds of treasure. I mean, then I remember the docu-series of Gordon Cooper. Gordon Cooper was an astronaut that back when Kennedy was president, Gordon Cooper was one of the astronauts that went up and orbited the Earth to see if there was could find any, whistles. And he was documenting treasure as well. And and then they did a series on it. I was like, that's dumb. Because, you're going to cause everyone to want to come here. People create wars over less than that. So I just sometimes they're just not thinking. I don't know. Same with that island show. They've been digging for gold for about 10 freaking years now. I can't think of the name of the show. But it's up in Canada, and they've been digging for gold for I don't know, seriously, almost 10 years, if not more. And they just keep sinking more money into finding this treasure. And it does, doesn't it? Oak Island, thank you. So, Russia's definitely sitting in an area where there's a lot of treasure. And treasure we don't even understand. And then, we have Ra here. And I know that's a big concept for many to grasp. Well, what would that have to do with that? It has everything to do with that. We're not just dealing with 3D stuff. And we're not. And they know Ra's here. They know what's up. They all know what's up, except for us. Actually, looks like a little dragon coming up right there, too. So, I guess I've rambled on long enough, but I wanted to come on and just show how this is absolutely a paranormal and connected to the supernatural. It's plasma. It's creating and taking on form. And it's creating issues here in Minnesota because it's taking on form. A lot of things punched a hole in our earth, and now they're coming in, and they've been coming in. Whether you believe it or not, it's irrelevant. It is happening. And it's better to understand and armor up the armor of God to protect you. Armor up. No fear, but armor up and pray, because I do worry with the Russia thing. That's just what we're seeing. Never mind what we're not seeing. And that could go left in a blink of an eye. Unfortunately, there's too many people that are so lulled. That would never happen. That could never happen. We have this. Maybe, but yeah, I don't know. People I try to prepare the best I can for that, because I know the levels of darkness that go on here. You're talking slave trade, things like that. Other countries, they don't care about us, and they don't. They really don't. And they know that this is taking place. They're feeding some of the energy because they're covering up with the storms down there, what they're doing really down there. And something about Cuba, welcoming them. And it was just like, oh my God. Maybe it's nothing. Maybe. But it doesn't, I don't got a good vibe about it. She does kind of look like Mary Poppins. Yep, I see it. I completely see what you're talking about. It's so funny. A spoonful of sugar. Oh, that kind of goes along with some messages I've been getting that I'm like, really? How do I share that? Do I share that? Has to do with that. Altering. Be careful. Just whoever you are out there, because I'm picking up on it. Someone's altering some things around you. They are. Like food, things like that. Whether you, your kid, they're altering things. Manipulating, altering. Like the levels of messages, it's just been like, whoa. Someone's going to either figure this out, find this out. I don't know. But it just keeps showing me. And, like I see, like, not just like, I see a lot of it going on. Like it's going to be revealed. But, you know, people are not going to be who you think they are. And they're just not. And it's gonna suck, but you better to know it than not. And it may not be that way for you at all, because God is revealing things. You know, many of you have a higher calling to do, and you may have gotten sidetracked with, you know, a narcissist. Just what happens to the best of us. But you are here for a higher calling, for God. That's why I'm getting this message. And I'm not saying I'm nobody special, and I'm not I'm a child of God though, and I keep picking up on that. Like it's like pay attention, um, or it's being revealed. It's being gonna be revealed, and you're stronger than you even know. You are a child of God, and you are here for a purpose, a stronger purpose, and maybe that's whatever you just went through, right, and what you're going through. And when you get through it, it may take a lifetime, but as you get through it, you'll be able to help others because you're here to do that. You're here to help others. But right now, you got to help yourself. Someone's not paying attention, or you're afraid to pay attention. But something's going on about something being altered, like with food or drink. Um, and take that or leave that. Just keep a close eye on your babies and yourself. Please, because I trust the messages I get, and I heed their warning, um, and I do, because I wouldn't get them, and I wouldn't. So, um, believe me, you could be married to someone for 10 years and roll over one day and be like, I have no idea who that person is. That happens. So nothing, and God's in charge. The Creator is in charge, and when the Creator's ready for you to do something, that it will happen. The Creator will make sure, but the Creator loves you as well and will guide you through it at the same time. So I don't know who that's for, but you're not alone. Okay, you're not alone. When you feel like you're alone, you're really not alone. And blessings to all of you. Really, blessings to all of you, because it's just, I don't share half the things. I don't. Sometimes I ask, like, why am I getting like that? I know a message when I get messages. I understand that. And it's like, what am I supposed to do with that? You know, because I don't know. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know who these messages are for. Like, I know it's for the collective. I know it's for a very divine collective. Also a divine collective that is not really aware some people have lost their connection with God. You know, whatever, you know, life, they got caught in the life thing. They're waking up, for lack of a better way to say it. And I feel like it's just like, okay, some of the messages are just really hard, but they feel like they're supposed to help somebody. I know they're supposed to help somebody. I know it. You know, you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. There's a lot of star seeds that are a lot with narcissists, and narcissists can be very abusive and manipulative and controlling. And I understand some of my mission with that, to help those who have gone through that or are going through that, because we walk together in that. And a narcissist wants you to think you're alone, and a narcissist wants you to feel alone, and a narcissist will deplete you of any and all things because a narcissist is in like Luciferian devil energy. Um, and you can't trust somebody like that ever. And maybe this, I feel like this is like an awakening and awareness that's happening for a leveling up, because you are here for the Most High God. You're not separate from the Most High God, and you have mission to do here, and that will wake you up, and it will. I just don't think it's something you can honestly ignore. I wouldn't even. I think everything really goes even more awry when we ignore that, which is your intuition, your instincts, and it's not for you to beat yourself up with either. That's the other thing. Like, put the stick down. For some of you, put the stick down and just keep smiling, keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward and seek what you need for you in a healthy manner for you to raise your vibration. You're appreciated too. Thank you. I'm gonna actually, I don't know about tonight, but I've been getting nudged to use the Raphael deck I have. So I might come on later. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna do it this weekend. Because I've been feeling a lot of the Emerald Dragon and Raphael energy for healing and loving. And there's messages in there for the collective. So I'm definitely gonna do an oracle on that. I'm interested as well. So on that note, check out, this is the book, that's the person, really. That's the person's name. It's Minnesota Tornadoes. And look at, I mean, even in here, that's glowing in itself. And for those of you who are new, just look at any, all the angles of it. It's not just clouds. Oh, I love you. See you later.